Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Michigan. They're a great team. They did a great job winning the game tonight. Really proud of our group. Thought we played great. Thought we competed. Thought we battled. Thought we fought. Obviously, they wore us down a little bit in the second half. They can do that with their depth and with their size, and they're real good. And just a tough loss. Tough loss. It's our guys gave everything they had. Man, I got nothing. Nothing but love for what our guys did, the way they prepared for the game, how hard they played, to give ourselves a chance to be in the game there the last 6 minutes. I think we had the lead there, maybe 6-7 minutes to go, and we just had some critical breakdowns. That's kind of been the story. When you have young guys, that happens. It's frustrating, but it's a painful part of the process at times when you're learning how to win. When you got to get stops there. At the end, and give their two backup guards credit. That's why they're such a great team. I thought the stars of the game, they have great players on the starting five, but I thought McKinney and Kaysen's games tonight were a big reason why they won. So, we just got to keep fighting. We got to keep playing with that sense of urgency and that physicality. I guess we got to stop fouling and try not to get doubled up on the free throw line.
Quick question for Coach. Jake?
Coach, obviously not the best shooting night for Nick, but what did you just make of the fight and intensity that he showed down the stretch?
Yeah, he's a warrior. Just love that guy so much. He's battling. He's playing with a lot of young guys that, for these guys, this kind of their first taste playing in a real, that was a great crowd too. Appreciate our people coming out tonight and supporting the team. Even through some of our struggles, I thought the energy in the crowd was great tonight. And, guys like Tyler and Trey and Jake, and even guys like Jaden and Angelo and Arrinten, they're kind of new to some of these games. And so, having a big brother like Nick, and they're just throwing bodies at me. The guy's just competing like crazy, and they're just throwing body after body after body on him and leaning on him and holding him and grabbing him. And he just keeps playing and he keeps fighting. And, you guys have heard me say it a bunch. I'd take Nick Martinelli on my team any day of the week. He's a stud, man. I love having him with me. And, the way he's trying to lead this group down the stretch here and to get better and to grow some proper habits and to try to find a way to get some wins in a really tough league. I'm really proud of him.
Coach, when you look back at, the Rutgers game and the Virginia game, and you see these patterns where the team tends to have diminishing returns in the dying moments of the game, are there any adjustments that you feel like you can make as a head coach or the team can make as a unit?
Well, tonight probably recruit Yaxel Luxembourg and Morez Johnson and Roddy Gale and Trey McKinney as a McDonald's All-American and Elliot Cadeau as a McDonald's All-American and Mara 7-4. If probably just recruit those guys, we'll be all right.
Jayden Reid tonight, he wound up with 20, really carried you in the first half after, I think you took him out of the lineup for 6 games, the starting lineup anyway. What kind of lift did he give you guys?
Yeah, I thought he gave us a pop. We've kind of found him and Jake really like playing together. They have good energy, and it allows us to have a little bit more ball handling and playmaking on the floor. That's, obviously we give up a little bit of size, but I think it's enabled us, those guys, to kind of play off each other. And, with Jake bringing it, kind of puts Jaden in more of a scoring role, which is a little bit more, even though he's a good assist guy, just being aggressive with his shot. I thought he got us off to a great start tonight. His burst there to start the game, I thought gave us a lot of confidence, and just proud of him. Again, coming from South Florida where he was playing, no knock on that, but it's a lot different than playing night in and night out in the Big Ten against the level of competition in these environments. Forget about it. A couple games ago, he's like, man, these environments are awesome. We're on the road. And so I feel like he's growing, even though he's a junior, he's still learning, he's growing. And it's nice to see that he hung in there. We kind of made the decision to go with Jake and he's worked his way back. Jaden's worked his way back into the lineup, and I thought he was terrific tonight.
Coach, this is very well a Michigan team that could move up to number 1 in next week's poll. Despite the frustration of the loss, does it reinforce something that you guys led for more than half this game? Does that give you some proof that things are trending in the right direction with a really?
I mean, I thought we played well. I mean, I'm not into all that. I'm trying to win the game. So, I mean, they're a great team, like you said. I mean, what are they, 24-1, 23-1? I mean, they have one loss on the season, so no one's really been able to crack the code except Wisconsin. So I'm proud of our guys. No moral victories. We're trying to win basketball games. I mean, I respect everyone we play against. I think Dusty's a terrific coach. I think they're a great team, but I'm not fanboying. We're trying to beat them, So, yeah, I thought we fought hard, and I thought we did a lot of good things. We had some key breakdowns, and part of that is youth, and part of that is repetition and kind of being in the moment. And, it's unfortunate. I've been in this situation a couple times with real young teams. I mean, I was talking about it with BMAC the other day. I mean, his team was 1-10 or 1-11, his first 12. And they were all games kind of like this, where we were playing our butts off, and then we just kind of invented ways to lose because we weren't ready to win. And it's just and it's almost harder now because, I mean, nobody's playing a lot of young guys right now, and we've kind of made the decision to grow our young players. And, hopefully that will pay dividends, which I believe it will down the road. But in the meantime, their freshmen are coming off the bench tonight. Most freshmen in this league are coming off the bench, and we're starting 3. So these are great opportunities for these guys to play against the best players and the best teams and the best coaches and figure some stuff out. It's the only way you can do it. You got to get thrown out there and you got to figure some things out. And I'm proud of how they're growing, though.
Time for a few more front.
In a season with a lot of high highs and some pretty low lows for AP, what have you thought overall on his Northwestern journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you're in the now. So, I mean, I thought he got off to a great start to start the year. Obviously had some lulls and struggled at times as we got into league play. I've actually been real proud of him the last 3 or 4 games. I feel like his energy has picked up. I feel like he's playing really hard. He's playing aggressively. Even the Iowa game the other night, I thought he just got into foul trouble, but I thought he was doing, was protecting our rim. He's blocking some shots. He's trying to do the things we ask of him and playing with great energy, and he's got a lot of ability. So when he does that, he has a chance to really help us. And, I thought his minutes off the bench were huge, and I thought he did a really good job kind of holding his own against maybe the best front line in college basketball.
Coach, the students were pretty loud when you guys were up, but obviously big Michigan alumni base here. Is that something you're kind of warning the younger players or haven't seen that before about at all, that, they're going to have a big crowd here, or no?
No, I mean, we're just playing, man. I mean, I don't worry about the crowd. The crowd's not playing. I mean, I want them worrying about Langdenberg. We got enough on our plate trying to guard Mara, Lendenberg, Johnson, Cadeau, Gale, Kason, McKinney. So we can't be worried about the crowd. You got to, whether you're at home or on the road, I've said it all along. When we play well, our fans come out and they support us. A lot of you guys have seen it. We got to play well, and there's no gimmicks, and hopefully I thought our students were great. I thought our people were supporting our team, and if they had people here, I don't pay attention to it. I'm locked into the game, so I'm not even sure what that was like.
Coach, you've talked a lot about that Brian McIntosh Big Law team that started 1-10 Big Ten play, then ripped off 5 straight wins down the stretch. Do you feel like this year's group is at a similar spot right now that team was?
I feel like we're getting better. I mean, we're in a gauntlet right now. I mean, we played about as good as we could play tonight, right? And you played a team that's 23-1 that has like more 40-point wins than, I think they beat Gonzaga by about 50. So I thought we played really well tonight, and our effort tonight, I think we would have beaten a lot of teams, but we played the best team in the country, and they showed their mettle, and they were able to get control of the game there the last 6 minutes and find a way to win. So I do feel like we're getting better. I feel like our spirit is still really good. I mean, I hope you guys watching that. So, I mean, we got guys diving for balls and battling. I mean, you saw the differential in size and athleticism. I mean, we're competing, man. We're battling. And so I think there's a lot of good stuff going on. And I hope we can, we got 6 left or whatever we have left. I mean, now play another top 10 team in the country next on the road. So, I mean, these last 4 games have been incredibly tough, just like the whole league is, but that's what you get when you play in the Big Ten. And we just got to keep getting better and keep coming back tomorrow and fighting and learning from the film and trying to see if we can figure out a way on Saturday afternoon in Lincoln.
You've been in this league for over a decade now. Is that the best team you've seen, Big Ten team?
They're really good. They're really good. I think the thing, they have all the components. I think you saw tonight, like their 2 backup guard. You bring Kason and McKinney in a game where they're kind of struggling, and those guys combined for 30. Off the bench. That's why, and their front line, obviously, they wear you down. Terrifically well coached. Dusty does a great job, as everyone knows. So when you have that kind of depth with 9 deep and that kind of experience and that shooting and that size and that coaching, you got a chance to beat anybody. So, there have been a lot of good teams. I mean, I'm still having nightmares of Zach Edey. But they're really good, and I think they have a chance to beat anybody out there. From what I've seen, I think they can compete against anybody in the country.
All
right, thank you guys.
AP and JR here. Good for the questions for both of you guys. Jake?
This goes for the one of you, but when you transferred in here, are these the type of Big Ten battles you hope to be playing in?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know AP's been playing high major since his freshman year, but for me, coming from mid-major, obviously going to the Big Ten, this is like the type of games that I look forward to. I enjoy these matchups. Obviously, you don't have many opportunities to have the number 2 team in the country with a lot of good players and a good coach come into your building and have a chance to win. So definitely excited game. Wish we finished it through, but, we'll figure it out.
Jaden, coach came in here and talked about how much you love playing alongside Jake. Can you speak to it more about that?
Yeah, Jake's my guy. In the summer it was just me and him competing. Obviously, we're both point guards, but as the season went on, I guess they started trusting us to play together. We could both defend point guards and shooting guards. So just having us both out there, it brings a different dimension to the game because obviously we could both play off the ball and on the ball. We could guard both spots. It's just fun being out there with Jake. It takes pressure off my hands, like bringing up the ball and stuff like that. I get to get out in transition, play off of him. So, yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah, Jaden, at the start of the game, you started really, really hot. Can you talk more about how that felt, especially with the number 2 team in the country on the other side?
Yeah, just starting off aggressive. Coach Collins, he poured confidence into us before the game. He told us not to play on our heels, go at them. So, just coming out the gates, going at them, I made my first shot, and, I got pretty comfortable after that. I picked up the second foul, which slowed me down a little bit, but, just confidence.
For Arrinten, Coach Collins talked about how he's been really impressed with your energy the last few games, 3 to 4 games or so. Can you just talk a little bit about where you're at with your mindset right now and in this recent stretch?
Just be ready when my name's called upon, and I feel like Coach been really stressing that the latter half of the Big Ten play. So I just been really focused on just bringing my energy because I know it's contagious and it can help my team.
Both of you. You guys had I think it was a 16-point lead, 14:22 to go, and it seemed to evaporate pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of that was fatigue? Was Michigan doing anything differently?
Defense. That's what it boils down to. As they kept chipping away, we were still able to get some buckets. I remember, I think we were up 3. Nick had the 2 technical free throws, then he scored again, then we went back up 7, and then they scored like 5 quick points in like 30 seconds. And then from there, it was just tough. Obviously, on the boards, they have three big guys out there. So, we had it right there. I think a lot of it was defense, transition. They score well in transition. We did a good job getting back early in the game and corralling and making them play in the half-court set, which we were good at. It was just transition defense, I feel like.
Okay, then wrap us up. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.